Every new blend borrows from the past, and the Saga Blend number 7, it is the perfect combination of timeless knowledge of traditional tobaccos and the newer balance that today's cigar enthusiasts come to expect and love in a fine cigar. Leveraging 6 generations of experience and tradition of the Reyes family, the Saga Blend number 7 delivers a unique, full-flavored, medium-bodied cigar. The cigar is highlighted by a Brazilian wrapper over a blend of Central American and Dominican tobacco. Available in 3 sizes at an affordable price, the Saga Blend number 7 is sure to please and bring together past and present. Brought to you by Rocky Patel Premium Cigars. The sun-grown Maduro is hand-rolled at Rocky Patel's boutique factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. This triple-capped, hand-bunched, and hand-rolled cigar is accompanied by a gorgeous broadleaf wrapper. Well-balanced, rich, and decadent, it truly is a great addition to any humidor and worthy of bearing the long-respected sun-grown name. For more information, visit them on the web at rockypatel.com and be sure to follow Rocky Patel Premium Cigars on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Everyone to the Stogie Geeks show. That's right, we got Mr. Will Cooper on the lines via Skype, and in studio, the behind-the-scenes person, Mr. Mark Anderton, is here in studio. And this is really funny, Mark, because when you first started here, you're like, yeah, I'll smoke cigars. And for the past however many months, how many months has it been? 6, 7 months?
More than that.
No, more than that, right?
8
months?
8.
We've been just feeding Mark like all the cigars you can smoke. It's pretty much like an unlimited supply that we have here in the studio.
Like
more
than you can smoke.
Whatever you want to smoke. And Mark's like, I'm digging this. And this is Mark's kind of like big outing here on the Stogie Geeks show, which is awesome, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we love it when everyone involved with the Stogie Geeks here gets involved with cigar smoking.
If folks don't know, Mark is the guy behind the scenes with the team. Riley, Travis, Keith. I mean,
Tyler.
I'm sorry, Tyler. I'm sorry. I did say that.
We fired Travis. Travis got fired a long time ago, Will.
Okay, yeah. That's
He's in the dumpster out back.
Exactly. So, yeah, these guys just do an incredible job for a lot of the stuff. They make our job very easy.
Now, one of the things, we got these cigars from Jack Tarano. And you can see, it's funny, you can see the band from like a mile away.
It's awesome.
We've been smoking the green and the purple. We've just been referring to them as the green and the purple. We started smoking them today, Will. And I handed them out because Jack sent half a box of green,
really nice
half a box of purple in the green box. So we split it up. This is the Tarano Vault. And we've been smoking the green and the purple. I smoked the green and the purple. The consensus here in the studio, Will, is that we're going to compare them between each other, but we love the purple. Yeah. We love the purple.
Oh, yeah.
Purple's awesome.
Yeah, they'll be gone by
I mean,
tomorrow.
The purple is, I would say in my rating system, based on the one that I smoked today, the purple's box worthy for me, Will.
For the price point, it is.
What's the price point of that?
They're like, for that Robusto, it's $550.
Oh, all day long.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I can't make a final determination on the purple. Okay, I think it's very good. I've smoked only 2 of them, but I've been going through the greens. And what I told Paul on the break is that cigar is very much what a Nicaraguan Puro is all about.
It's very nuanced.
It's very nuanced. It's got some of that Ometepe tobacco with the spice later on. Don't dismiss that cigar either. It's very un-Tarano-like. It's a little more bolder, a little more spicier. But it's what I would say is the purple can be smoked anytime. I think to appreciate the green, you're gonna have to be more in that Stogie Geek mindset.
Well, you were saying before about the wrapper color, right?
Yes. That was Tyler.
It was Tyler, but the purple was much darker.
Yeah, the purple is much darker.
And so you think like, oh, I got to eat like a big meal before, because you still, even though what we know over here in the Stogie Geeks, you still think darker wrapper means stronger.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like, let's eat some pizza before we smoke the purple. Right?
Yeah, you pulled it
But
out.
it was just the opposite.
Yeah, it's very strange. We were smoking the green. I had the green one first.
Mm-hmm. I did too, which was a mistake on both our part. We should have.
Yeah, you gave me the green one. I was looking at it. I was like, wow, I should have. This one looks like I smoked the M Bombay, the
big one.
Yeah, the really long one. And it's okay. It's a really light wrapper. So as a new smoker, I kind of think the lighter wrappers won't make me feel sick, so I don't have to eat as much. And then we smoked the Saga Tails, which we all really, really liked. But I mean, in a new standpoint, it was like first one to get dizzy loses, and it was me and Tyler.
Oh, the Saga.
Yeah, the short tails.
The short tails from Saga.
So those are the two bigger comparisons I have. Is the Bombay one was really, really light, almost like kind of a bronze, lesser bronze color, and the Saga tails was more almost black. It was really dark, and from what I know is that you take the wrapper and you basically tan it longer. So
it goes through a fermentation process.
Yeah, it's fermented longer. Yeah.
So yeah, and it's kind of there's heat with fermentation, and that's what gives it the dark color.
But that doesn't determine whether you get sick or not, or how much you have to eat.
No, because it really comes down to, it comes down to a couple of things. The leaf has a natural nicotine content, for one thing. And the other thing is the priming, which is where it grows on the plant. So things that grow higher on the plant are going to have more nutrients and more richness and more power.
The other thing, Will, is where you smoke these cigars. And as Mark can attest to here in the studio, we do all kinds of tasks here in the studio.
Yes.
The day we smoked the Saga short tails, we were like, for whatever reason, we were doing something in the closet.
We were doing all the
We were
cables,
cleaning out the closet.
all the cables.
Yeah, and we were in this like tiny closet, all smoking those Saga short tails.
Oh.
So we were like hotboxing in the closet.
It was hot that day.
And it was hot that day. It was the end of the day. It was well after we'd eaten lunch. It was.
I don't even think we ate lunch, to be honest.
You want to come by if you want entertainment value. Just come by the studios. Will can attest to it. It's always a good time.
I smoked that first Saga short tails 5 a.m. Because a lot of times, and with all due respect to our friends at Saga, John, Michelle, Louis, and all that, I do hear a cigar is strong, and I take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
Neanderthal was a cigar that lived up to its reputation. This one absolutely, and everyone I've given it, and I've given it out to folks in North Carolina too, who've been very curious about it from the show, and actually just sent them to our listener, Bob Dog, and he even said, "Yeah, you're right. This thing's strong."
Yeah.
But this one now that you're smoking now, this Tarania Vault, the purple, is not very strong.
No, medium.
Dark San Andreas wrapper on it, but very smooth. Is this your second one you're smoking tonight?
Yes, it's the second one.
It's awesome.
I think it's the third one, actually.
Yeah,
awesome.
and that's kind of like knowing Jack, and I remember what he liked when he was at Duran and what previous with Tarano. I could see why he said he really gravitates to the purple. It's kind of right in his wheelhouse.
Will, what else you been smoking?
So I actually smoked a cigar. This is a cigar. I think we talked a little about it last week. It's a cigar that was a project between the Casadas and the Garcias, of my father. And it was called Tres Reyes.
Yeah.
And actually, it was the daughters of both families that kind of collaborated on this brand. They did a 2012 cigar, and then they came back and they did a 2013 cigar. The difference is the 13 has the black band, and the 12 had a white band. And I had not smoked a lot of the 13s. And what happened is Manuel Quesada gifted them to the folks at Union Cigar at my local shop. And I think I mentioned Union Cigar, when they get these cigars, they don't put them on the shelf and sell them. They give them out to the regulars, which is really nice. So they gave me a couple of these. This is and I've smoked the 12 and I liked it, but the 13 this is about 3 years of age on it. Fantastic. If you like those coffee, bold chocolate notes, you're going to get that with this cigar, a little bit of that earthy component. It's a medium to full strength, medium to full bodied cigar. There's spice, and you're going to know it was the Garcias that actually made it in their factory, so it's going to smoke more like a Don Pepin Garcia cigar. Excellent flavor. Age did it very well. It didn't lose. It was a little stronger from what I remember originally, but this is a box-worthy cigar. If you could find these, pick them up. I smoked the Robusto.
Now, I kind of went back in time, probably a little further back in time than you did, Will, and I smoked one of the original Camachos, and this is the Havana.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting story behind this cigar. The folks at Mr. J's Havana Smoke Shop, Stogie Santa, Paul Joyle, really highly recommended this cigar to me way back in the day, and said it was a great cigar for a new cigar smoker, for a seasoned cigar smoker. It was very versatile, which is a quality we look for in cigars. And I can say, if you can still find these, there's an awesome kind of like a sweet kind of herbal almond kind of flavor to them. I smoked the Churchill. It's been aging very nicely in my humidor. definitely has benefited from the age of my humidor. Again, I didn't get kind of those really prominent kind of almond, almost herbal flavors from the cigar, but I got those from the one that I smoked today or yesterday or whatever. And I would still say this is a fiver if you can find them. But very, very good cigar, Will. It's kind of like that herbal almond only made its kind of made its name in the middle third. Other than that, it was a good cigar, but it really impressed me. Like find these just to kind of get that kind of essence from them in that middle of the cigar.
So what you may not realize about that cigar, it actually is still around. They actually that was one of the Camacho brands that made it into the rebranding, and it was redubbed the Criollo.
Interesting.
Now, I'm not going to say the Criollo smokes the same as that because you're getting into, again, different tobacco vintages. I don't know if it's the same farm, so it does smoke different. But that was I'm totally on board with everything you said. I actually like the Criollo of the rebranded. That's one of my favorites. And that Havana does use the Criollo wrapper on it.
And this is a Honduran Puro.
I don't think it is.
Really?
It may be. I'd have to check that.
From what I was reading,
Maybe right.
It said that all of the binder, wrapper, filler was all from Honduras.
It probably wouldn't. I mean, I know it's Honduran Criollo they're using for the wrapper on that. So, yeah. And I'm actually yes. Actually, there's a touch of Dominican in the new one, so maybe there is a change in that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like,
I still give
I know.
the new.
And Paul, let me correct myself. They did change it. I just looked it up. So the big change with it is they added the Dominican Piloto Cabano. So you're correct.
Okay. And
Yes.
what color is the Criollo in the Camacho?
It's the yellow. It's the yellow.
It's the yellow. Okay.
Yeah. So they took that Havana and they basically.
Wait, I thought
tweaked it a
the
bit.
yellow was Connecticut.
It's more like that's more of an orangey yellow. This is more of a bright yellow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
so I don't mean to cut in.
No, go ahead.
So you're saying that you get more of an almond flavor if you let it age in a humidor, or if you
Yes.
buy it right away, you can just smoke it?
I mean, you can smoke it fresh and get that experience. What I found with age was that I got kind of like an almond flavor after it aged. And age, I find, doesn't make a cigar better, but can bring out some of those nuances that you may kind of get in the background, but they really come to the forefront with age. I don't know, Will, does that make any sense to you? That's kind of, from doing the show for so many years, that's in reviewing cigars, that's what I get about age.
If it goes that way. So,
it's different.
When those oils start to kind of, and things start to kind of mesh and meld over time, it can go up or down. And, Liga Privada is a great example. The T52s age fantastic. The number 9s, I don't think age at all.
They hit a peak.
We talked about Padrones as well, not aging well.
Yeah, it definitely hits a peak.
Yeah, so there's no exact science with that. But, yeah, in terms of when it gets better, you're right, Paul.
So another one that I smoked with some age on it was the Hechicera.
That was a good cigar.
Now, is this still being distributed by CLE?
I would say putting it in technical terms, okay? Like software, it's end of marketed, but not end of lifed.
Yeah, so it's kind of like end of sale is in software.
Yeah, I don't think it's something they're actively selling. I think if someone wanted it, I think they could still get it from what I understand. But in general, it's not, they haven't discontinued per se, but I think it's pretty much not being marketed as a CLE brand anymore.
Yeah, and in age, as Will's been describing, is kind of like a double-edged sword. Like in there's multiple dimensions to it. So cigars will kind of reach a peak and then kind of fall off. It depends on the size, and it depends on when you smoke it. So you may get an Hechicera Robusto like I smoked, and to me now they're kind of like in their peak. That could fall off, right? A different size or a different blend may have a different kind of bell curve to it as to how well it's smoking when it ages. And that, of course, depends on the smoker, too. I think this Hechicera Robusto right now, Will, is smoking really, really well. This has a few years of age on it in my humidor. I always like this blend, and I'm amazed as to this Hechicera blend how the different sizes have aged over time. So, the Toro kind of has like a different bell curve, if you will, from the Robusto from the Corona. And they all smoke different at different age points. The Robusto's smoking really good right now, Will. I called it box worthy the way it's smoking right now. It had a really solid smoking experience, a lot of flavors. It'll be interesting to see as these companies take these brands and maybe have been before FDA ready to close them out and do something new, since it's already an established brand after 2007, Will, right?
Yep.
They may continue it.
If there's some miracle and the predicate date does go like forward, right?
Well, yeah, because the predicate date is in the lawsuit from the major cigar associations.
There's gonna be a date, okay, where things are gonna get regulated. But
Mm.
let's say they decide to make it 2014 is what I've heard. When they actually there's a 14 date that's floating out there. You know, Etcheserra is something they can pull back out,
Right.
and certainly remarket it. So that it's something worthwhile. I mean, this is the natural you smoked, right?
Yes.
That was an underrated brand.
I agree.
That was
I
that
thought
was
Natural
great.
was
That was
awesome.
Grace Sanalongo's project.
Yeah. It's a great cigar.
It is. It is.
Unfortunately, now you find it on closeout.
It's a shame.
Because, like Will's saying, it's not really marketed. You can get them, I guess, if you ask for them, which was my question for you, Will. But to see this on closeout is kind of a shame to me because they're a really solid cigar on the market, in my opinion.
It was. I mean, it was. They were trying to go for a specific marketing angle when we had Grace on. It was a cigar blended by or not blended, but by a female,
Right.
per se. But it was very good. I mean, it was very good, that cigar.
Back to you, Will.
I smoked a Viaje, the Exclusivo Reserva in the Toro size, which is the 6x52. The Reserva is the box press cigar that they did in the Exclusivo line. So
Is this recently?
This was released this year.
Okay.
So, in fact, it was funny because I thought I was smoking this when I was on the show with Andre. I was so tired that day, I didn't realize I was. But I should have known because it has the Reserva band, right? I was smoking the regular Exclusivo. But, yeah, this was a limited run that they did earlier this year in a box press. So, Exclusivo is always a solid brand by Andre. This is a pretty good cigar. I think it has a nice richness to it, particularly in the second third. I think it's when that cigar really shines. So sometimes, you want the cigar actually to shine on the first and the last third, so it leaves the impression. This one you have to kind of get to the middle of it, I think, and then there's just a great richness to this cigar. I would say it's a medium strength cigar, so it's not going to overpower you. It's a medium to full in body. I think there's a little bit of a citrus component with this cigar, but it's not an astringent type or an acidic citrus. It's got a nice little sweetness that kind of touches on this thing. I gave this one a box split. It was a fun cigar to smoke. And I think if you like the Exclusivo brand, you are definitely worth checking. If you could find some of these, they're still around. Check it out.
I went way back in the archives. And Mark, I'll have to give you this cigar to smoke to see what you think of it. This is probably one of the most reviewed cigars on the show, and it comes from Tatawahe. It's the Cabaguan Guapos 46 Natural.
That's a great cigar.
Great cigar, right? Now, this cigar has been reviewed by myself, by Tim Magarini, by Mark Jr. For years, we've reviewed this cigar. They've been very accessible to us in the Northeast area, and we've all given our take. Now, fast forward like 3 years from when we were reviewing these cigars pretty regularly, I think inconsistency plagues this cigar. Ones with a loose draw smoke awesome. I would rate those as box worthy, Will. The problem is, I think you get some that have kind of a tighter draw, which you experienced tonight with some cigars as well, and the cigar doesn't perform as well. The loose draw versions are amazing. The rest, I'm kind of like glad I got them on closeout, and it's amazing how this brand by Tatawahe, Will, has kind of like fallen under the radar. It's their Connecticut shade wrapper, basically from Tatawahe. It's a great morning smoke. I do love this cigar. I will still buy them on closeout. I'll back up my opinion by saying it's not just like Paul syndrome. Like I just pulled the ones that like we've reviewed the cigar a ton on the show. I smoked one over the weekend on my deck by my pool. and it was an amazing experience. And I smoked one this morning, and it was kind of just okay to kind of speak to the review history behind this cigar. Well, I don't know if you experienced this with this cigar, but
Kind of, yeah. And you talked about this cigar kind of falls a little by the wayside. I love this cigar, and I love a lot of these brands I'm about to mention. But the brands that Pete's done that are not Tatuaje branded, he
yeah,
struggled with the marketing with.
absolutely.
I think, I mean, again, I think the problem I've seen is one, it doesn't have the Tatuaje name on it. I think two is you can't market these brands like monsters. Is kind of where I get it. And I think Pete likes to market everything kind of with this Instagram, social media, which I think with these brands they need a little more because and this brand, and this is a very, very good Connecticut shade. It's one of the best ones to come out of my father.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so I kind of see where that falls by the wayside with sometimes.
Yeah, it's a very interesting cigar in the Stogie Geeks history. Check out the Stogie Geeks feed, stogiegeeks.com. Go to the Stogies feed and read the reviews on the Cabaguan.
He did a Petite Corona for Drapers, which in my opinion is one of the greatest cigars ever made.
Really?
In that blend, yeah. They did a run for it a few years ago, and it is incredible. It's called the WCD.
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
And they're only you could still get them. They're exclusive to Drapers, and that Petite Corona is unbelievable.
Actually, so what you're saying, I take this to heart now because now that I've started smoking some cigars, and the first thing you said was a cigar has to have good draw and a good light.
Yeah,
and that's just
burn, draw, and construction are three.
That needs to be a given. That needs to be a given.
It's a given.
Yeah. So you're saying those are givens, and sometimes just being a new smoker, I don't have an abundance of cigars, but since Paul provides them for me, I could smoke a cigar, and if it doesn't have a good draw, I put it down, and it never gets the chance for someone to review it, or they only bought one and they don't expect it.
Right.
They don't expect it to be
first impressions,
plugged.
everything.
And you smoke it, and you get like half an inch in, and you're just like feel like you're sucking on a tuba.
Or it has a big hole in the middle.
Yeah.
And you're puffing, and you're not getting any smoke.
Yeah, it's just.
Some cigars, Mark, are going to naturally draw tighter, and some are going to naturally draw looser. Box presses, I tend to like them looser. Because when they're tight, they're real. Parejos, which are the rounded ones, I like a tiny bit of resistance on it. But again, it's kind of like the resistance on power steering in a car is, I guess, the best way I put it. Yeah.
But you know what though? I smoked that. What is this called? It's not the Velvet Rat. It's the
Year of the Rat.
The Year of the Rat. Oh, the smoke production. Like, you get a ton of smoke.
Well, that was a Chuck Norris cigar for me.
I agree. It's Chuck Norris all day long.
Is that a cool thing? People just like when there's a lot of smoke?
I love it. But if it has too loose of a draw, it can detract from the experience. It can burn hot, and you're just not getting enough resistance. This one was just perfect. I fall on the side of liking more smoke. 'Cause we were talking about vapes before. Like, I like a lot of smoke. But
always in the studio.
but I don't, if you get too much, it almost detracts from the experience. And there's kind of like a gauge, right? So if the gauge is kind of like in the middle, I'm like 3/4, rather than half. In that respect, I like a lot of smoke from my cigar, but I don't like it to burn hot. And this Year of the Rat definitely was at that 3/4 mark. But it never got hot. It never got harsh. It was just very smooth and flavorful through the whole thing.
We went to the Cape a couple weeks ago, and I took a Last Call,
which is what I'm smoking now.
They've aged nice the Last Call.
It's better than the last one.
They have the closed
foot, yeah.
And I really like when you can light it and you don't have to draw as hard to start the cigar.
You don't have to work at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the problem, go ahead, Mark.
I kind of like that you have to work at it if it's a really good cigar and I'm really looking forward to it. But sometimes when I'm just sitting down, I just want to relax. I don't really feel you put in the little extra effort, but in that standpoint, you can just pick the cigar you want for the occasion.
Yeah. See, this cigar just has like an earthy component for me that is somewhat like unbalanced. I don't know what it is. Have you smoked these Last Calls?
For the price point, they're not bad.
They're not bad.
They aged better. I mean, look, AJ's had some really epic home runs. I mean, but this is like a $5 cigar. in a small format. So I mean, it's not a bad. It's a fiver type of cigar.
It's better than the Walmart cigars, right?
The thing, Mark, you mentioned the closed foots.
It's more like a try one for me, Will. To be honest with you.
That's okay. No, that's okay. The closed foots drive me crazy because I get a lot of like when you light them, they'll sometimes if they're not a real good closed foot, you'll start getting loose.
Yeah, we call them Scooby snacks.
Yeah,
You get
but then
little pieces in your
they
mouth.
kind of get all. I burn more shirts with a closed foot.
Oh yeah, the ash falls all over the place.
Asphalt, you have to like work that out. So I'm not a big closed foot guy.
It's like me when we're in the studio in the summer and we have sandals or no shoes on, which is like all of us in the studio, and you ash on the top of your foot. Have you done that yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, it hurts.
Or burn a hole in the top of your sock.
Or in the carpet.
Yeah, or on the carpet. We're ripping out the carpet because we just burn holes in it.
Yeah, there's nothing good about having carpet in a smoking area.
No, we're ripping it all out next door. That's one of the things we're doing, Will. Although the Stogie Geeks set has carpet in it.
Yeah. But it's
But it's not as much smoking in there except during showtime.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't sit here during the day and smoke cigars.
No. Well, actually, on the second cigar, I don't mean to keep going, but
go ahead.
I finally smoked. I kept the cigar you gave me in my refrigerator. No. No. I kept this cigar I wanted it for a special occasion because Paul gave this to me when I first started, I think. You gave me the box press LFD cigar.
Mm.
And I smoked that, and it was like...
the factory press?
I don't remember.
What was it?
It was a short one.
Oh, it was ones Lido has. It's
It was a special one, he said, so I saved it.
Is it those little ones that Lido's always smoking, Will? He always has one hanging.
That box press?
A small, tiny little box. It's like a Petite Corona box press. Does it have
Has a red band.
The African Cameroon wrapper on it?
Yes.
What's the small little African Cameroon that he does?
I know.
What are those called?
It has
Will, you're encyclopedia of cigars.
I know the name of it. It begins with a C. I just can't pronounce it.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Is it a Cameroon cabinet number 1?
I'm thinking there's something else.
Guess I should have taken a picture of it, huh?
I think it's a Cameroon cabinet number 1. No?
I should know this and I don't.
Maybe not. What is the... Carney's listening to the show and he's cursing us right now.
Carney's like...
It's just those little LFDs, Will. And every time you see Lido, he's always got one hanging out of his mouth.
They are... I know they may be the ones. I mean, they're the little cabinets. They're the little Cameroon.
It's a little Cameroon cabinet. Right. It's got to be a Cameroon cabinet. Yes.
It was.
Those are awesome. You could just smoke those like all day long.
On the
kind of
beach,
thing.
I was laying in the chair and I was like, I feel like I'm floating over the water with this thing.
They're really good.
Being new and kind of getting to taste everything, and after a while you get to know what's good and what's bad. And we had that one cigar I told you about with the black wrapper. I don't know if I'm allowed to name names.
Yes,
but I was thinking of the Carajos, the Carajons.
Yes,
El Carajon, but that's not a box press. That's why.
No, it's not that one. Yeah, it's the Cameroon cabinet. Will.
Okay,
but it was. I don't know. Like you get sometimes we had the ones with you gave us the cappuccino one.
Yes, the flavored
and you
ones.
get the ones with the flavors, and it kind of feels like I'm not really smoking a cigar. And when you think of cigars, you feel like that more earthy, as they say, woody taste.
Yeah.
But this is it. It was just so I don't know. It was just so good.
Nice.
I'd say if you had another one, I'd take it. But
so it's like a $5.
Sure, it's a $5. I'd box press it if I could.
It is box pressed.
I'd box
press it if I could. You can take regular cigars and box press them if we had... No, you wouldn't do that.
We could just stick them in a mold and...
Oh, I bet someone's already pinging me, correcting me.
What is it, Will?
I think someone just pinged me to correct me what this is.
It's a Cameroon cabinet.
Is it not?
Yeah. Okay. No, it's not. It wasn't that.
Oh, okay. Someone's just pinging you.
Someone's making fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. That's fine. I don't care.
Whose turn is it, Will?
Me. It's me.
Go.
Skinny Chuck.
Yeah, so you did the Tiff, now you're doing the Chuck.
I did the Chuck, which is the 6x38 Petite Lancero in the Skinny Monsters collection. I was a big fan of the Pudgy Chuck, which was the 4x50 Robusto.
Great cigar.
I didn't like the Skinny Tiff. Oh, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't the best cigar I've had in the Monster series. I liked the Skinny Chuck better than the Skinny Tiff, but I didn't like it better than the Pudgy Chuck. I thought it was a good cigar. I thought there was a nice combination of some woody notes in there. They had this creamy undertone or creamy texture, a little bit of a cherry sweetness with this. I would have loved to see him do a full like monster-sized Chuck in like a double Corona or a Churchill.
Yeah.
To me, I think that was a blend. But that being said, the Skinny Chuck it was actually still a pretty good cigar. And it was definitely head and shoulders above the Skinny Tiff. I gave this one a box split.
Nice.
So I thought this was better. Yeah.
I smoked Esteban Carrera's 10 Años Churchill.
I haven't had that size in a long time. Maybe I haven't even had that size.
It's one of the weird things. Like, it's a box press cigar. The Churchill is awesome in this cigar. Like, I really enjoyed smoking this above and beyond the other sizes. Very unique flavors. Just a great smoking experience. It's one of the ones that's kind of like new to me kind of thing. Like, next door got them in, and we did like the line sampler. I call this one a box split, Will. And it's weird. The Churchill doesn't always present itself as like the belle of the ball, but in this case, it's the belle of the ball.
When you get a Churchill or a double Corona on, it's great. It's great, but it's hard to get those cigars on.
No, I completely agree. Like I said, if you look back through the thousands of reviews we have on the Stogie Geeks website, like Churchills and double Coronas, their ratings are probably a little lower than some of the other sizes, and just for that reason, it's tough.
It's tough.
Lanceros is tough too, but Lanceros usually are like a special edition where they're putting some like really special tobacco in them.
Yeah.
Or they're using like a special wrapper, and so it's contributing to that experience.
I agree. I mean, but some of the Lancero, they're pulling out some tobacco, and it either works or it doesn't. I was on another show, the guys in Atlanta, Smooth Drawers, and they were doing their favorite Vitola as the question of the day. And everyone's answering Lancero, but I kind of disagreed with it, saying because a lot of times either they pull out the tobacco in the Lancero to get it to the 38, or what they do is they get it up to a 40 to 42, and now you're not really a true Lancero.
I agree.
So, yeah, that's kind of why I can't put the Lancero as the Holy Grail.
Did you do your Davidoff Art edition?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
That's not the Oasis cigar.
I gotcha. What is your Oasis cigar?
You want me to do the Oasis?
Oh, yeah, I want you to do that.
Okay.
Wait, no, before you do that, save that for last.
Okay.
Is that your last one? That's
my last one, yeah.
I did a Christoph Connecticut Robusto again. I've been smoking through the Christoph.
You've been smoking a lot of these.
I did. Well, yeah, and I went back to this one because I felt like I was kind of missing something. This is an Ecuadorian wrapper, Nicaraguan Habano binder, a quad Dominican Habano seed for the filler, and I really like this Robusto, Will. I upgraded my rating on this Robusto. The larger sizes, again, I'm still not digging. But I upgraded my Robusto to a box split.
Size matters, yeah.
And the Robusto previously wasn't, and I think these just came in, Will, and it's one of those things it just needed to rest, and I upgraded my rating to a box split.
I thought it needed some time, too.
Yeah, I think these are ones that need a little age in your humidor, and I'm glad I did because I smoked one of these today, and I was like, wow, I need to talk about this on the show because I'm going to upgrade my rating on it because it was really good.
Yeah.
So... Christoph Connecticut Robusto. And is this the same blend as the GC series, Will?
It was based off the Galerones DR4.
DR4, thank you.
Yeah. So according when we had on Ed McMahon,
yes,
he said I guess they used that blend and they kind of tweaked it a bit. Which I like the DR4 blend a lot.
Yeah, give this some age and you're gonna like it just as much as your DR4 because
the DR4 is the same way.
DR4 is really good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Your Oasis rating and last cigar of this show.
Well, I had two. Can I talk about
last two cigars of the show.
Okay, let me talk first of the Art Edition because I think it's so. I smoked the Davidoff Art Edition 2016. Now the Davidoff Art Edition 2014, epic cigar. It was a Chuck Norris cigar. It was like a top 5 cigar for me a couple years ago. They came back with another blend this time. This is with an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. The last one was all Dominican. So this one has an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with a different blend of Dominican tobaccos in it. It's that same Perfecto size, the 5 and 15/16 by 54. What's unique about this cigar is the packaging. They made 7,000 boxes. Every box has a different piece of artwork on it. So that's
cool.
That's ambitious, yeah.
Yeah, ambitious is a very good term to describe it well.
So it jacked the price of this cigar up even more. So it's a $39 cigar.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and so $78 to review this thing. Okay, so it's a great cigar. There's nothing, but it's not the Art Edition 2014. Is what I'll just it's
so it's not your Oasis rating, $78, and it's not even an Oasis rating, Will?
For two of them, no, it's a box split. It's a very good cigar on merit, but when you take in it, it's a cigar that scores like a 92 on Cigar Coupe. So on merit alone, it's an excellent cigar. But when you factor in price, it's a box split, which is really at best. Because again, Davidoff does some high-end cigars, but there are other $30 Davidoffs I would smoke over this one. It's good, but they didn't capture a lot of the magic of the 14, I thought.
Okay, so what's your Oasis cigar, Will?
Okay, this is a cigar I smoked back in September, and I had it at the time was a box split. I've come back with this cigar, and it's tacked on the first Oasis rating of the year for new blend. And reason why I spoke more of a pre-release back in September. It's the Crux du Connoisseur #2.
Did you send me some of these?
No.
He smoked them all.
But I have to get you some. I have to get you some of these.
Because you sent me a bunch of Crux cigars. And they're good. Yeah.
Maybe there is a connoisseur in there. If there's not, we will get you one. I have to get some more of these. Nicaraguan Habano wrapper from Jalapa, Nicaraguan binder, Honduran filler. This is a cigar where there's like a Lancero, which is the #1, a Petite Lancero, which is the #2, which I smoked, a 6.5 by 38, and then there's like a 35 ring gauge Panatella for the #3. Small ring gauge cigar, but this is a case where this cigar in 8 or 9 months has just went to another level. I mean, it was an absolute flavor machine, is what I could just describe this cigar. It had those coffee notes, red pepper, it had cedar, natural tobacco. There's a kick, there's a little bit of spicy kick on the cigar, but it doesn't leave that aftertaste on your mouth. I just think it was everything a Lancero size should be. It's a medium to full-bodied cigar. I smoked through several of these before I put the Oasis rating on it. They all smoked unbelievable. It's a potential candidate in my book for Cigar of the Year right now.
Wow.
I think it's the best cigars Crux has done. And I've told a lot of people have liked this cigar, but I said I don't think people have gone back. A lot of people got some of those early releases in them.
Yeah.
People have gone back and looked at this cigar, and I've told Stogie Santa to go back on it. He's a big fan of this cigar. I don't know if he's Oasis level. This is what I was telling Sam before. What Crux has been doing, especially with the blends they released over the past year. I think the blends over the last year have really elevated the company. This is the best one they've done. Tons of flavor transitions. Oasis rating all the way.
That's awesome, Will.
I'm curious for other people's thoughts.
I want to smoke it. Send me some.
Yeah. Smoke that Guild if you haven't either. That's a really good cigar too. I think it's a box-worthy cigar. The Guilds are good.
We had 2 contests on this show, which were just epic by our first 2 guests, Jack Tarano and Sam Morales from Drew Estate.
They're easy contests. I'm going to shut them down tonight. And for folks, very easy. One, just tell us your favorite Tarano cigar to win the 5-pack and the cutter that Jack talked about. And then to be eligible to win one of the 3 packs of the Velvet Rats, you need to tell us your favorite Drew Estate cigar, but you need to have your Drew Diplomat screenshot in there.
Excellent.
If you don't have it, you won't win.
So next week, are we off next week for IPCPR?
Next week, and then you're off the week after, but I'll be here.
Okay.
And we'll have
if we ship you like 6 crates of Smoke Naked shirts, can you give them away at IBCPR?
Yes. But you have to ship them to Vegas at this point. But
can we do that? Like seriously, like everyone who's listening, like don't pay attention. Like I'm asking them like an inside baseball question. Seriously, if we ship you some, like all or some or.
Well, I mean, I got to ship them back if I don't give them all out. Ship me enough of sizes that people can wear. Like, ship me smalls and mediums. There's not a lot I can give out of those, but
we noticed that.
Yeah, but I will give them out on the show floor.
Okay, send us the address tomorrow. We'll get them out. We'll get them out to Vegas right away.
So you want to get? Okay, we'll do that.
So if you're going to IPCPR,
if I get these shirts from Paul, okay, and Paul, I'll have to remind them, okay, and you find me either on the show floor or outside the show, and tell me you're a Stogie Geeks fan, if I have your size, I'll give you the cigar.
And this goes for retailers, cigar manufacturers. I mean, we're just saying like if you're there and you like cigars and you're a listener, that's fine too. But like most of the people going are most of the people going are like retailers and cigar manufacturers. Like we're just gonna give you a free shirt.
Yeah, but not only that, there's a lot of people who go out to the show just to be like Cigar Dojo people. He throws a party every year, and to the listeners I know who are Cigar Dojo people, if you're out there, like I said, if you find me and you tell me you're a Stogie Geeks fan, and if I have the shirts on me, if I don't, I'll get the address certainly, but we'll get it to you.
Yeah, because we need to make some space here in the studio. And we want people to enjoy the Smoke Naked shirts. So
we will. Yeah. So we definitely will. So
all right, find Will at IPCPR. We'll get this episode out immediately so people hear that when you're flying to IPCPR, you're gonna be like, oh, I can get a Smoke Naked shirt.
You should just tape the box and ship it.
That's it. Tomorrow. Yes, send us the address, Will. We're gonna get them out.
Yeah. Like I said, when I get out to the my hotel, that's what I did. I think that's what you did last year. You sent them to the hotel last year because we did something similar.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thanks everyone for listening, and we won't see you next week. The following week.
Yep. We will. John David from Toasted Foot is scheduled to fill in, and he's going to be at the show, so we'll have a lot of IPCPR stuff to talk about.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for listening. That's Stogie Geeks. Over and out.